Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to start Autodesk for basics, I can say, for the ones who are going to start learning AutoCAD. They can use my tutorials to follow through and get to know what the program is all about. So if you want to, if you have the Autodesk AutoCAD installed in your computer. If you want to start it, you just have to go to Start and go to All Programs, go to Autodesk and select your AutoCAD application. Also, if you have a desktop shortcut, so you can directly double click and open the interface. Now, once you open your interface, you're gonna have a start or welcome screen, which looks something like this. Right now, I have the Autodesk AutoCAD 2020 version, which is a student version. So uh, even if you are a student, you can get it for 3 years as a student version, and the features are mostly the same. Even if you don't have a student version or it's a professional version, the features are bit more or less same. So I think the student version is good enough if you want to start learning for now and progress in your AutoCAD course. Also keep in mind the version which I am using is 2020, so the files will be in the form of .dwg 2013 version. So if you have older files, you can also open it in 2020. I've I expect you guys to go to Autodesk website and download the latest version so you can follow along very easily. Just in case if you don't have the same version, there there's not much difference basically. All the functionalities are same, but there is a little bit of different interface action going on in 2020. Also, you can see there is a black interface in 2020, which you can customize and and make it similar to your older version. But for now, the is black interface is pretty much good for now. Alright guys, so let's dig into the interface that we get in AutoCAD. So the AutoCAD program is basically divided into different several parts. So the very top you see a big application menu. It says which holds some different options. So basically it says new, open, you can open existing files, you can open existing drawing sheets and all those different types of stuff. We can have DWG convert, DWG compare, then you can recover your files. Alright, this is application menu, and along with that we have a quick access toolbar. So this basically allows me to again open or create a new DWG file or open an existing file. Then from you can sync your web and mobile, so you can directly access it from here. You can open a sheet set manager and you can either hide it or show it, right? So that was quick access toolbar. On the right hand side we have info center, which holds, if you want to type in, let's say, line and press enter, so it will take you to all the different information uh, that is related to line, so you can access it. This is basically the info center. And then we have search, we have our login ID, we have app store, and we have help if you want any. Now below that we have a big ribbon. So all these options include home, insert, annotate. All these are one big ribbon, right? Now let's say if I open my existing file, which is floorplan.dwg, you can see this big ribbon where we have different tools to utilize during the drafting process. And in the quick access toolbar, you see this menu which says drafting and annotation. This is basically a workspace. So you can change your workspace according to your usage, and you can also customize your quick access toolbar. So right now I have ticked it. If I uncheck it from here, it will go like this. So you can customize this very top quick access toolbar. In the bottom you see an access system which is UCS, and this is our viewport control, so we know what is our view, which is this is our top view with 2D wireframe, right? This is our command center, which already says type a command. So if you type, let's say line, and it wants to specify a line, right? This whole thing where my drawing is right now is called drawing area. We have a status bar right here. Then we have a view cube over here with home. We have some navigation bar going on over here. So it holds all your tools for navigating the interface, right? At the below we have model and layout tabs. So right now you don't see uh, default layout tabs because I have customized it according to my wish, and in default version it is usually two layouts with one model, right? In the application menu we get options such as export, so you can export it directly to PDF. Very useful, very handy. Also you can open your existing drawings, you can see all your recent, these are all my recent documents. Using a ribbon is very easy. So if you come to a ribbon, right, it tells you pretty much it how the functionality works. So how my polyline works, it gives a basic description, and at the bottom of this cue card we have a command called Pline. So this basically means if you type in your command Pline, your polyline will be activated. So what it says is polyline creates a 2D polyline. A 2D polyline is a connected sequence of segments. So it's basically all the points are connected, and once you create it, it will be a single. It will be a it will be consisting of a single entity. So if I show you, for example, if I select a line, I draw something like this, close it right here, press enter. Now if I hover my mouse, you see all these entities are selected individually. If I want to select this, so this all are individual. But in case of polyline, if I do the same stuff, press enter, and if I want to select my polyline, see all the entities are considered as a single line. So that's how the polyline works. Let's delete all this. So that was our cue card. So every tool has a cue card. So for example, if we go to line, you can read the description and follow the command. So line, line for line command. Similarly for circle, we have a description or tutorial, whatever you can call it, and then the command, right? Now all these ribbons, which include different functionalities, home, insert. If you come to home, right now I'm in home ribbon, and you see one draw panel over here. So every arrow associated with the panel tells you that there are additional tools. So if I click on draw, so there are a few more tools, right, which are not highlighted in the draw panel, but they are inside the draw panel itself. So this arrow means there are some more tools. For example, if you see the circle, there are few more different types of circle we have in AutoCAD. Similarly, you can go for modify and see there is a downward arrow, which means there are a few more options. Now let's say you want to keep this open, because if I click it and if I move my mouse away from it, it goes. So how do you keep it right there? So you see a pin right here, just pin it, and even if you go away from your panel, it will be there. And if you just want to um, make it collapse, you just have to unpin it. Very easy and very handy, right? Then we have bunch of tools for drawing, modifying, annotation, specifically texting and dimension. Then we have a separate tab for layer for blocks. Blocks are very important in AutoCAD. And we have a properties tab, we have utilities tab, and few more tabs, right? Now let's come to bottom, and if you come to this customization, the very right, bottom right, and click it, you can see all those different types of things going on. We have coordinates. So coordinates is basically this one. You can see if I click it, it goes. Click it back, it comes. So it basically tells you the coordinates of your drawing. So if I want to start a line, you see how the coordinates are working, right? You can hide it or you can view it from here. We have the model space, we have the grid. So if you don't want your grid, you can hide it. And if you want to if we want your grid in your drawing, you just have to click this. I like keeping it off, right? We have snap mode, very important feature of AutoCAD. Then we have dynamic input, the very important. So let's say if I keep it off for a moment, and yeah, so if I want to draw a line, okay, if I this is your dynamic input, right now it's in on mode. If I switch it off, and now let's say I'm drawing a line, just see I'm not getting any info about the coordinates of my line. And if I switch it on and now I take a line, so it basically it's a guided access kind of thing going on. So it lets you uh, see what's going on when you are drawing any sketch. Even if you are modifying or doing move or copy, this dynamic input helps you a lot. So I'll talk about it later in detail. So right now all these different tools are very useful, but few tools are like snap mode, dynamic input, and polar tracking, very important. 2D object is snap, very important. Then we have yeah, workspace switching. You can also same thing. The one which is over here, workspace, it's same over here also, right? So you can basically customize what kind of status bar you want in your AutoCAD version. This is basically the status bar. So you can customize it right from here. All the tools are available and you can make it in your own way. So let's say if I want to open an existing file, I go to here and go to open and select the related file, whether it is drawing or sheet or DGN. Also, you can open your recent file. So right now I have few recent files. I've already opened my floor plan, so no need to open it again. We'll go through all the different navigation tools one by one. Alright, so when we talk about navigation bar, we can see right over here we have a few tools over here on the rightmost side, which is basically our navigation bar. Now you can either click over here and close it. So if you don't want to use it, you can left click it and just close it. So if I close it for now, and let's say you want it back, so you can type NAVBAR and press enter. Now you get option for on and off, so it's already off, so we want it, so let's go for on. So we have our nav bar back to the screen. Now you can also use the same command to close it, so you just have to use the off option. Now in the very first tool in the navigation bar, we have navigation wheel. So if we left click it, you can see just drag your mouse, you can keep it anywhere. So let's say if I keep it over here, we see few options over here such as zoom, orbit, pan, rewind, walk, center, look, up, down. So let's say if you want to zoom in, just left click it and then drag your mouse. You have to press and hold the left click button of your mouse, so you can zoom in and out of your drawing like this. Now if I go for, let's say, pan, just press and then hold your mouse button to do the panning, right? Similarly we can do the orbit. Now since this is a 2D, we don't have we don't want to use the orbit, but let's say if you want to use it, just left click it, then drag your mouse, keep holding the left mouse button, and you can orbit your drawing like this. So let's say you don't want to use this, you can always close it from here, right? Let's see what other tools we have in navigation bar. So we have our usual panning, so you can select it and then press and drag to adjust your pan, adjust your do the panning basically. The other tool over here is zoom. So in the zoom we have a lot of options. So zoom extent basically zooms in the overall drawing space, so whatever is there in the drawing space, it will zoom up to that. And the other zoom option is zoom window. So if I select it, then it asks me to specify a window. So let's say left click and drag a window like this, so you will be zoomed into that window basically. So that was our zoom window. Let's go back to zoom extent. Now zoom previous will take you to the previous, which was my uh, zoom window, right? So there are a few more tools you can play with them. There's a lot of zoom options over here. You can do zoom dynamic, zoom scale, zoom in, zoom out, all those different options. Now below that we have orbit. So right now we don't have any 3D model, so we don't want to use the orbit, but it's basically you can rotate in the workspace, so you can see the different views. You can have three different types of orbit. Now the last tool in navigation bar is show motion. So if I left click it, you can see the just below just above the command line we have some options called play all, stop, turn on loop, new shot. So basically you can take a picture using your the slow show motion option. You can also record your video while working on the object drawing. So we don't want to use it for now, so let's close it. So that was it in the navigation bar. Mm, if you have any doubts with this, feel free to comment down below. Yeah. Now after knowing all the navigation bar tools that we have on the rightmost side, let's talk about the view cube. So typically, just above navigation bar, you see this little option called view cube with basically indicating your drawing position. So right now I'm in the top view. If I go to home, it will take me to a default isometric position. If I want to go back to my view, I can click on top, and that's my view for right now. Now also you can rotate this using these arrows. You can change your views, let's say go west, go left. So you can click on these corners to get an isometric view, and we don't want it since we don't have a 3D. So if I want to make it into a 3D, let's say I want to pull up these walls, I can utilize my view cube to get a proper view while doing that. Let's keep it for now in the top view. Now if you go over here and right click, you get few options called home, so it will take you back to the isometric view, and few more options such as parallel perspective, perspective with orthofaces. Now perspective and perspective with orthofaces we are going to use mostly in 3D. Right now we don't want to utilize it, so let's keep it in parallel. Now let's say you want this view as your home view, so you can just set current view as home. Now if you go to home, this will be your view. So let's say if I change it to somewhere isometric, and now if I go home, it will take me to my home view, which I have already set. Right, we can go for vcube settings. So if you want to change the position, you can make it left, right, top, bottom, all those different. Let's keep it to default like this. I don't want to play with it for now. If you want to play with it, you can do it. Let's keep it okay. And yeah, that's pretty much it in the view cube. You can rotate, you can change your views using the view cube. Alright, yeah. So before ending this introduction class of AutoCAD, I want to talk about the options. So basically, if you go to application menu over here in AutoCAD, you'll see this option. Just left click it, and you'll get a big dialog box with all the options menu which we have. So from files, display to profile and selection, all those different options that we have. So let's say for example, if you come to file, you can see there are different source file path, support file search path, so you can go to each path to get your files. And if you come to the other display option, we have the color theme. So if you want to switch it to light theme, you can do it from here. So if I apply it for now, everything changes to the light theme. So let's keep it for dark. Previously in AutoCAD 2013, it used to be only the light version, light color theme. Now we have two options, so light and dark. I prefer the dark environment because they can work with bright colors. If you have light environment, so let's say if you're choosing light color theme, you have to work with dark colors, so vice versa, like that. A few more options that you get in display is large buttons for tool, resize ribbon icons. You can do all the different options. You get is layout elements. You can play with the crosshair size, and as for now this is default value and I'm very satisfied with it. So in case you want to play with the values, you can do it. You have a file save as option, so you can give your own. You can select by default what format you want to save in. Then you can turn it off or on the automatic save. So I have turned it on. For every 10 minutes it will save my file, right? We have few more options for plotting system, so you can pretty much go through all these, and you can customize the AutoCAD pretty much from here. Let's say you want to, if you come to drafting, you can change the colors, you can do some different stuff over here. So yeah, another way to access the option menu in AutoCAD is just right click on your drawing area, and the topmost option, topmost bottom, the bottommost is your options, right? So you can access it from there itself. So yeah, that's it for the introduction in AutoCAD class. I'll post more videos related to AutoCAD in the consequent classes. Thank you guys so much. Peace. Hope you enjoy this video. Make sure to like and comment down below if you have any doubts. Subscribe to my channel. Peace.